say Claudius. You killed my father. Big mistake.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Strictly Art Live, number 77. I'm your host, Rob Wilson. I'm a comic book creator, illustrator, video editor, content creator, part-time philosopher, quite a few things. I try to keep it down to the minimum. I'm a humble man. I'm here with you on this lovely Thursday. It's May 22nd, 2025, 14:36. We had our little bit of intros, and this is going to be a very concise show. Twice in 1 week. Wow, right? Twice in 1 week, and two sketch waves as well. Got one more probably coming on tonight. I'll be uploading to Rumble as well. I'll do a short series of 10 of those, and then it goes back in the vault. So today, we're going to go ahead and cover spoiler-free Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning Part 2, or which they now call Final Reckoning, because I guess that's a little bit shorter. We're going to cover that, and we are going to react to a number of trailers, including The Conjuring Last Rites, Kaiju No. 8 Season 2, my personal favorite, It, Welcome to Derry, that's a HBO series coming up, Ballerina from the John Wick universe, 28 years later, and Megan 2.0. So it's going to be very concise. We're going to get right down to it. Hot knife through butter. And I think the weather is doing pretty well in this DMV area. It's been rather crazy lately. Just a lot, like all this rain and gray skies. This stuff that was supposed to have happened back in April. I don't know what the hell is going on. But we got more showers coming up, more rain. Crazy weather this month of May has been in the DMV area. Well, I hope you're doing well in whatever neck of the woods that you're in. We're going to go ahead and get things started with Mission Impossible. So go ahead and grab your favorite drink, grab a snack, buckle in, settle up, and get ready, because here we go. Yes, indeed. So, me being an artist, I have a little bit of a different perspective from most of my peers. I'm always looking for new inspirations, new creative ideas, new things to keep the creative juices flowing, things like that, things that bring me joy. So, stuff like Mission Impossible and breaking down movies and trailers and stuff like that, I enjoy it a great deal, because it shows me that there are things to look forward to. And as long as I have things to look forward to, that inspires me to create, hopefully, some things that people enjoy as well. And with that being said, Mission Impossible, for me, is hard to look at as a standalone movie. One can do that, but knowing how far back this series goes, and that it's not just a remake, and that also it's a series where one actor at least, actually a couple of them, have managed to be in every single Mission Impossible, which Dead Reckoning or Final Reckoning is the 8th installment of the Mission Impossible movies. Absolutely amazing, and a hell of a commitment. So with that being said, all of those years in dedication and doing like real stunts, crazy stuff, like Jackie Chan level stuff. It's amazing how Tom Cruise has never done a movie with Jackie Chan. I think they would have been great together, outdoing each other in stunts, at least in their heyday. That would have made for a pretty amazing movie. But Tom Cruise's commitment, out of anything else he's ever done, to this series of Mission Impossible is inspiring. It's inspiring for fellow actors, I believe, and it's inspiring for the human spirit in particular because it is overcoming so many obstacles. And granted, we get it. It's by choice. His choice. He fought. I know it wasn't easy, an easy road, but he fought long and hard to overcome lockdowns and things of that nature to get his movies made. He's worked with studios. He's hedged his bets to get studios involved and get other actors involved. And he realized that such a big project is greater than himself, which is why the Hunt team, Ethan's team, is always emphasizing every movie, you know. And this is no exception. This is the part two, where the main theme deals with artificial intelligence. Whoever holds the artificial intelligence controls the world, that kind of thing. So it's a race against time before it takes control of everything. Great movie. I enjoyed it. 2.5 hours long. There was a lot of movement, a lot of obstacles. I think people will enjoy it. Will Tom Cruise be able to make this, knock this out of the ballpark as another $1 billion movie? Who knows? Who knows? We don't know. I'm not sure what reasons why the last Mission Impossible didn't make a billion, but this is his last hoorah for this. And whew, I can only imagine um, how how could he walk away from something like this? You know, this is like an adrenaline junkie's greatest dream to be able to do some of the things that he's done. And man, I almost couldn't think of Mission Impossible without Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise, Ving Rhames, and some of the folks that showed up later. But when I think of Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise is the name and the face I would associate with the series. Now, granted, I was young enough or old enough. I'm old enough now to remember the original show. And because of his dedication, he is one of the few individuals that has taken such a series to new heights and gone far beyond just a show. His remake has changed the game of what Mission Impossible ever was. It went beyond of the beyond, traveling to different exotic locations, a number of things. They've taught us new technology on the way, all that kind of thing, and it's been something else. To me, I'm like, wow, dude, you're killing it. And granted, not everybody likes every movie, but there's so many of them. Take your pick. Take your pick. In fact, I think right now Paramount on YouTube is doing like a catch up with Mission Impossible, where you can kind of like watch everything that's transpired across all the movies and get ready for their final reckoning this weekend, which it opens up. I encourage anybody that has seen Mission Impossible, that likes it to some degree, definitely check this out. You don't want to miss this conclusion. And this mission, should you choose to accept it, I think it's definitely going to be worthwhile. It's much needed. With so many conflictive box office movies and political outbursts, off the wall actors, people that can't handle acting like adults. You know, um, to me, I think this is like a portion of Tom Cruise's legacy. Tom Cruise, I can give him all the credit in the world. 8 movies? I can't remember if he did all his own stunts in every movie, but 8 movies. That is a legendary status. Championship form undenied. Shout out to Ric Flair. So I think that if you don't see this movie for any other reason, just understand that what this movie is the way movies are supposed to be. And like I said, I think it's a great conclusion. You know what you're going to get: high octane action, pressurized moments, very suspenseful, and a lesson in technology of what's to come. Mission Impossible has never failed in those avenues. And I think sometimes knowing what you're going to get is a whole lot better than hoping for something new and different, because you may not like the new and different. So that's my take on Mission Impossible. I don't, like I said, not spoiling the movie. It's worth watching. It's worth seeing. I highly encourage anybody everybody. I can't think of anyone that's never seen a Mission Impossible movie. So, yeah, very good. I can tell you now off the break, it's better than, what was that, James Bond, the last James Bond movie, No Time to Die. Oh, it's better than that. So you don't need not worry about disappointment of a truly cool character. Need not. But very good, very suspenseful, action-packed. You know what you're gonna get. There's a formula that works. It is a definite formula that works. And that's taken years, man. That's a lot of movies, a lot of years, and to be able to tie them all together in some form or fashion, I think is truly amazing. And like I said, we don't get enough movies like that anymore. So when they do come about, they're greatly appreciated, I believe. Mission Impossible, Dead Reckoning, Part 2. What do you think? Should I grade it? I mean, based on today's standards, it's pretty much like an 8 out of 10. They don't make good movies like that. So, like I said, this is a treat. It's truly a treat, not dread. You know what I'm saying? Now, in fact, let's see. Let's look at the time. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a quick break. I'm going to go ahead and hop on to, we'll go ahead and get refreshified, and then we're going to start looking at these different trailers. Because like I said, Mission Impossible, go see it. You owe it to yourself. If you know how well Top Gun Maverick did, you owe it to yourself. You can't go wrong with Tom Cruise. Box office, blockbuster action star. What do they call him now, too? One of the last action heroes. So we're going to be right back. And when I come back, we're going to get into these movie trailers and keep it moving. All right? Man, I'm gonna have to do something about that Joker. That Joker's a whew, Jokering, but it's a classic piece to me. I'm gonna have to bring it back. All right, so let's go ahead and get started here. Mm, damn, Annabelle. Mm, oh no. Oh no. Mm, that pressure. Mm, I wonder what demon could it be this time. Is it the devil himself? Normally, he doesn't come up to the surface to do possessions. He normally sends his armies, his knights. You know, so I'm interested to see which one this might be of the 72 fallen. Now, since it said we, is that a type of legion? Mm, that's going to be crazy. One thing I can definitely say about those Conjuring movies is that uh, obviously they're movies. I look at them with a grain of salt, but the Warrens have so many cases that they have solved. See, I already see like culture elixirs breaking down um, what case this will lead to. I don't know if I want to watch that yet. I think I might want to watch the movie first. So it's coming soon. But that, I mean, to me, the Conjuring movies have never failed. People didn't like the first Annabelle. Then you got what was it, Annabelle Creation, which was really good, and then you got Annabelle Comes Home, which was good as well. And you know what? I gotta rewatch that one because I have vague memories of that one. But I remember the Nun and so many of those. Some of those didn't have the Warrens in them because it predated their escapades of paranormal investigations. So I'm already sold. Those movies have been a wealth of knowledge to me. Um, Me dabbling in a little bit of study of demonology. You know, I feel like it helps to know thy enemy. So That's where I'm already sold for it. If you want an easy horror movie and go on a date, can't go wrong with the Conjuring movies. So that's uh that's all I have to say about that. Because it's supposed to be entertainment, right? For entertainment purposes only. All right. So next up, we got Kaiju number 8, season 2. I love Kaiju number 8, season 1. It really had me quite excited. At first, it started off a little too goofy for me. For anime, especially at that point, I think Solo Leveling was already out. Um, and Solo Leveling was like a no nonsense type of anime. All right, so let's go to the next. What we got? What we got? What we got? Official teaser 10 months ago. What the hell? How come I've been wondering where the hell this thing's at all this time? All right, let's see what they got.
派手にやってくれたわあのボケ死んでも戻ってきますよあの人は
最強の部隊を作り上げる
第一部隊日本最強部隊
First Division.
そうだあと少しでプラチナランク
全く尊敬の念が湧いてこない
日々のカフカお前を第一部隊に編成するどんなことでもやってやる
俺はここで強くなる
我々もうかうかしてられんな
第一部隊出動だ
始めようか
篠宮紀子それから怪獣8号礼儀も身なりも勤勉さも品位も僕は君に求めない要求は一つだ
I'm trying to remember
圧倒的な実力を示す
if that guy was a new addition. Oh my god. Let's not. Oh man, I'm not ready for that one. But yeah, I think Strictly Art Live kind of kicked off about around the time of Kaiju number 8. I think I remember covering it when I was home away from home, and it was good enough series for me. I just had to push past that first episode because it was a little goofy for me. But regardless, it turned out to be great. All 12 episodes, absolutely brutal. Well, aside from the bathhouse, because bathhouse episode is pretty common. Bathhouses are pretty common in Japanese culture, so they put it in a lot of their anime. So be it. So that I am excited for as well. We got some good stuff because I'm gonna break down those episodes. Just like I have in the past. I tapped out on Devil May Cry for obvious reasons. Like, yeah, I know, I hit my limit. It was like, yeah. There's only so many ways I can say a show is garbage. It just is what it is. Let's see. So apparently, we got it. Welcome to Derry. Now I caught a glimpse of this, and it interests me. Both movies of it, the remake, were really good. The actor that played the clown, really good. I think he did a very good translation along with Tim Curry's version. Tim Curry's version was known for his voice. This guy was known for his eyes. The crazy crooked eye thing that he would do in real life without special effects. That's actually what we need more of. We need more actors to bring natural talents to the table. Put the actions on the big screen. not when you get a microphone put to you. Put their actions and represent that way. All right. So, moving on. Welcome to Derry.
You poor thing. Get in before you catch your death of cold.
Now you just tell us where home is, and we'll get you back to your parents safe and sound, okay?
Anywhere but Derry.
Things that happened in the past.
1962.
My family and I just moved to town.
Oh!
Hey, baby.
See, already off the break, this has a potential to be a really good series filler since Stranger Things is taking forever. I don't know when that final season will come out, but I think this will be a good fill-in, and you know what you're dealing with. We know the lore. It's interesting to see how they'll be able to expand upon what has already been established. It's got me excited. So let's continue.
Happened in your mind.
Today was 4 months. And they never even found a body. That means murder.
This business with the missing kids. Do I need to be concerned?
Never a bad idea to keep the people you love close.
Best to be concerned.
No adult's ever gonna believe what we saw. I wouldn't.
There's a history of stuff like this happening in Derry.
You kids keep your noses out of police business.
I'd heard voices.
In the pipes.
Have you ever heard of something like that?
Now, since we know it's the same monster, I'm curious. Is it going to be the same actor? You know, were they able to procure him? Because I mean, last time I checked, that new Crow movie didn't do too well. You know, people are already calling that like a comparison downgrade to go from Brandon Lee to him, and then compare them from Henry Cavill to Corn Sweat.
There's something bad here in Derry.
All right, that looks scary enough. I would definitely say that that's going to be interesting to see what more can they add to the lore that they already haven't done. Really interesting. I wonder if Stephen King actually is he like directing that, or did he already write a book on that? For some of you huge Stephen King fans, please, by all means, let me know in the comment section of any one of these lovely platforms that I'm broadcasting from, which is YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, Kick, and IG. Let me know if Stephen King, if this series is based off of another Stephen King novel. I'm curious to know. That'll be an interesting tidbit to connect together. And let's see here. Give me 1 sec. Yeah. Yes, that's going to be interesting. Let's see. What else we got next? We got Ballerina. All right. I'll tell you what. Because I got this energy drink. It's coursing through my veins. I need to take a bathroom break. So I'm going to come right back and then we'll hop on Ballerina next. We got Ballerina and was it Megan 2.0 right here on Strictly Art Live number 77. Thank you for joining me this evening. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Let me see something. 1 second. All right, well, I guess that's not out. Huh. Okay, so let's move on to Ballerina. I think they got a couple trailers now. Let's see. Are you doing like behind the scenes? Because I'm seeing like kitchen scene and all this. I just want to see a regular trailer. Oh, okay, final trailer 9 days ago. That's what I'm looking for. All right.
When you think of me, you should think of fire.
I know you. I know your pain.
This isn't done until they're dead.
Buena suerte, señorita.
When you think of me, you should think of fire.
I am for.
Those people that you're looking for are surrounding this hotel right now.
Risen from the ashes.
You don't choose to be a killer. You are chosen.
No, I chose this!
Consequences.
Risen from the ashes again and again.
And what, may I ask, is your name?
When you think of me, you should think of fire.
Yeah, I think I saw the first trailer, and let's see. When I saw the first trailer, I was trying to figure out whether this took place before Wick had his last movie. I can't figure it out. Levi Skeen, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, sir. How you feeling? Hopefully you're doing well. So yeah, Ballerina, I think I'll watch. Well, I mean, I'll check it out, definitely. I think it helps that she has like a pretty much all-star cast. Winston's back. Wait a minute. How is it he's in this movie? Didn't the guy that ran the Continental and Black guy, I thought he passed. I thought he died during the filming of the last John Wick movie. I don't know. Maybe they got some CGI techniques, or maybe this was the last movie he was in. You know, I'm gonna try to keep it, as professional as possible, but sometimes things just don't seem to be quite as they are, and I think it's interesting. I do think it's very interesting. I was trying to figure out who passed away, what was their last movie, what was their last movie. Because I mean, shucks. Look at when I did the review on Final Destination. Tony Todd was in that one. He lost a lot of weight, but I haven't heard from that dude since. What was it? I don't think he was in the Candyman remakes. I haven't heard from him in a while. Since I guess maybe the last Final Destination before Bloodlines. So, yeah, it's hard to call it, but they do so much filming ahead of time. So I guess, eventually it catches up with them. If that's the case, it'd be like releasing a bunch of movies long after their death, like Tupac releasing, recordings that never got released. So I think that's pretty interesting. All right, so 28 years later, I think that's what we got up next. Let's see here. And my apologies. I know this is Strictly Art Live, and normally I'm doing a lot of drawing, but hey, 2 shows in 1 week. Rocking out some techniques, and plus I'm doing the sketch waves also. So it's like I'm going for 5 shows in 1 week after I do sketch wave later on today. It is what it is. All right. So let's see what's going on with 28 years later. I think it's almost 28 years later since this thing came out. We got some good stuff to look forward to. Oof. Is that a real island?
There were so many dead. Infected and non-infected alike.
Yeah.
That's why our home is so precious.
I feel he's a bit young.
He's ready, Chen.
7, 6, 11, 5.
Once you walk onto that mainland, there's no rescues.
Moving up and down again.
Is that Aaron Taylor Johnson? Hold up.
I feel he's a bit young.
He's ready, Chen.
That looks like him, but Aaron Taylor Johnson isn't that
Once
tall.
you walk onto that mainland, there's no rescues.
Moving up and down again.
That looks like him. Especially coming off of Craven the Hunter.
Look at what's in front of you.
Yep.
Count the bullets in the bandoliers.
There are many kinds of death.
Wait a minute. Ralph Fiennes and Aaron Taylor Johnson? Who else is in here? Unfortunately, when it comes to zombies movies, soldiers always end up being cannon fodder. What a shame.
Some are better than others.
Hold up. Levi Skeen said 28 Days was one of the movies that actually got me worried about fast zombies. Hell yeah. And then, even if you try and fight them off, you're close enough, they just start letting out pus and mucus, that infection. Like, you get infected quick. Like, the zombies aren't just fast, the infection's fast. Aaron Taylor Johnson dying again.
This is a glorious day. A day of judgment. My children!
Oh,
There's no discharge in the war.
Yeah, sure enough, we got Craven the Hunter. Yep. Jodie Comer, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and Ralph Fiennes. Good to know my eyesight still works. Let's see here. Yeah, 28 days later, man. That's brutal. And it always stayed like somewhat independent too, which I think is great. Because I think, is it British-based film type of thing? Let's see. Yeah, they always manage to stay independent. Almost like, well, definitely like to a degree of Black Mirror. The Old Guard, I don't know. I never saw the first movie of The Old Guard. Somebody was saying something about a movie called Weapons while we're at it. And then we're gonna finish up with Megan 2.0. What is this about? So I think I was on a live stream somewhere, and someone had mentioned a movie called Weapons that has someone we like in it. Let's see.
This is a true story that happened in my town. So this one Wednesday is like a normal day for the whole school. But today was different. Every other class had all their kids. But Mrs. Gandy's room was totally empty. And you know why? Because the night before, at 2:17 in the morning, every kid woke up, got out of bed, walked downstairs, and into the dark.
Rolled out.
And they never came back.
Rolled out.
I don't understand at all. Why just her classroom? Why only hers?
Oh yeah, roll.
Where are our children?
We have a lot of emotional parents here. I think it's best if you keep some distance from this place.
Oh man, that's already like eerie. Man, forget that. Oh no. Oh no. Isn't a horror movie?
Matthew, where are you?
Hey, this is like
where did you go?
This is where the story really starts.
I ain't going in there. Oh hell to no. Hell no to no no no. Hell no. Oh no. It looks good. It looks good. Is it enough? If it's enough to make me say hell no, hell to the no no, that's pretty damn good. So that's where Brolin's been hiding. That's good. He's getting back in the game. You know, as far as like outside of like some of the movies he's been doing lately. Don't get me wrong, he's a talented actor. I think there's a Sicario number 3 that's coming out as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we're looking for the good stuff. We're fishing for it tonight. Sicario 3. I don't know. Should we do it? Should we give it a look? Let's just go ahead and finish up with Megan. Let's stick to the plan. Yeah, look, I can't tell whether it's CGI or I can't tell whether it's AI or not. I don't want to risk it. All right, so Megan 2.0 trailer. I think they had one trailer saw already, but there's a new one that's out. Okay, here we go.
How do I say goodbye?
I'll admit, there were some bugs in my programming.
What the hell?
It's hardly fair to blame me for that.
Ain't her fault, huh?
But one thing hasn't changed. I will do whatever it takes to protect Katie.
Lord.
What the hell is this? You put me in this plastic Teletubby?
Prove you can be trusted, maybe we'll give you an upgrade.
Mrs. Forrester, we have a problem. We're hunting an autonomous android named Amelia. She was built using your design for Megan.
How's this possible? You deleted it.
Apparently you didn't. Nothing in our arsenal can stop her. She's gone rogue. Killing anyone who's contributed to her creation.
She looks scared.
And you and Katie are next.
I know how to stop Amelia.
Basically,
She's
Black
getting
Widow.
more powerful. Soon she'll be the most dangerous weapon on the planet. Put me in a body and I'll help you stop her.
You remember what happened last time. You threatened to rip out my tongue and put me in a wheelchair.
I was upset.
Look, she wants to help us. Everyone deserves a second chance.
You would like us to rebuild a deranged robot in order to catch another one.
Would you prefer I gave you a printout that you can read at your own pace?
Okay, Megan. Time to give you an upgrade. Anything you'd like to add?
I want to be stronger, faster.
Looking like a leader battle.
Hey, so remember the time I strangled you and set the lab on fire? I want you to know that won't happen again.
Jeez, thank you so much.
And while you're at it, make me taller. All right, meat sacks. Let's get to work.
Well, look who came out to play.
I was programmed to protect Katie. The only question is, are you going to stand in my way? Hold on to your vaginas.
I don't care if she did kill 4 people. She is a smoking hot warrior princess.
Levi said instant flashbacks to high school. Yeah, from that other movie, right? The weapons. That man. I hope I won't be having no nightmares of that tonight. Good Lord. Because like that scene where the kids had their head down in the classroom with the lights out. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna start reciting some scripture. BBD. What's that? What's BBD? All right, let me continue.
I'll make you a deal. You can kill Gemma, but don't touch Katie.
Megan.
That's going to be so silly. But, ironically, it's probably going to be better than a lot of stuff that we have seen. So that's where we're at, ladies and gentlemen. We got some pretty good movies heading up. I think they were definitely noteworthy. Stuff at least that I think I would watch, and I'm very picky when it comes to movies and stuff. I'll have to watch that Tron Ares trailer some other time. We'll come back to it. Also, I did see that Ultron is coming to Marvel Rivals. I might have to get back in the game just for the ultimate automaton. And have some fun with him. Somebody's got to rival Tony Stark, flying in the air, beaming people from above. So that look like that's going to be fun. What else? What else we got? I think that's about it. I wanted to make sure that we covered everything in record time today. Let's see. You said El Biv Devo. Oh, that must be the high school you're talking about. El Biv Devo. Never heard of it. I went to 3 high schools to be exact. 2 in the DMV area and 1 down North Kakalaki. Not in that order. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, ladies and gents. We covered everything that there is to cover according to today's programming. Right here at Strictly Art Live, we stay on schedule as best we can and try to keep up with what it is we're going to present to you. And again, share ideas, trade ideas, bring some new concepts to light, that kind of thing. Water, fire, wind, all that sort of thing. To quote Egg Shin. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Getting ready to start digging into Mr. Fairchild, his background here. Dang it. Let's see here. Okay, there we go. Close enough. Now I'm going to start adding the swirls. This crazy contraption. So yeah, I'm going to find some time to do another sketch wave. Rock that out sometime this evening. Or it may be after midnight. But either way, we'll make it happen. And I'll start chopping up this episode as well. I got a couple other episodes to chop up as well. I'd like to thank Levi Skeen for stopping by. Be sure to check out him and the rest of the crew on the Madness Entertainment Group. Also, shout out to Christian Zaffo. I had a chance to be on his show. We got to talk some comics and stuff. And check out his stuff as well on YouTube. So, with that being said, ladies and gents, I'm Rob Wilson, your host. And thank you for joining me for this 77th episode of Strictly Art Live, where we broke down a spoiler-free edition of Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, and we chopped through a slew of movie trailers, upcoming stuff to look forward to in anime. So, thanks for joining me. Remember to hug the one you love and treat every day as if it's your last, because every breath, every step is a blessing. So y'all take care and peace out.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Claudia.